Okay, so what do I want to talk about? Well, I want to talk about entries, entry techniques. So if we had a sliding scale here, well, I don't know that I need a y-axis, but we do need an x-axis. If we had aggressive here to conservative, whoops, to conservative, let me zoom in, that probably isn't big enough. Is that readable, guys? It looks tiny to me on the screen share, but I only see part of the screen share. I don't see the whole screen. I see tiny little box. It's okay? Okay. Okay, very good. So we've got the aggressive side of things, and we've got the conservative side of things. And we are talking about entry, just not entry techniques, but entries, right? Different types of entries that we can have. So first thing I want to talk about is order type. So aggressive, I think the most aggressive way you can enter a trade is by a limit order. And why do I say that over market order? Well, market order can be aggressive, but it's going to depend on the signal, right? How you enter the market. Right? So a market order can be you could have missed a signal and now you're getting in later, and it could be a conservative signal that you just missed and oops, here it is, like the 26.18 on dollar Swiss that I'm waiting for. I've decided to use a limit order instead of getting in right away, right? But that entry is conservative, so the order really has nothing to do with that situation. So the market order is subjective to the type of entry, right? Whether it's just right at the level, it's a double bottom, it's a double top, and then it's a 26.18. So be that as it may, the market order is kind of it's on a sliding scale as far as aggressive and conservative. What it depends on is how you employ the entry, or what kind of entry it is. So we'll kind of have the market order on this sliding scale of aggressive to conservative. But a limit order, I say, is aggressive because you're literally saying, okay, this is the level I want in here. That's it. I don't care what happens when it gets there. Just get there. Touch my order broker. Please fill me at this price or better for my entry. If I'm short, it's here or higher. If I want to go long, it's here or lower. Whatever you can get me, but no less than my limit order price, right? So that would be aggressive because you're not waiting for anything else. You've literally identified a level and you said, I want in. For example, advanced pattern formations, right? We have that decompletion zone point, and we're really just, most often we teach is just put a limit order there. Put a limit order, wait for it to get filled. Right? That's the most aggressive way that you can enter in a market order-wise, as well as market order, but again, that's subjective to the entry method. Does that all make sense as far as orders go? We're going to talk about something else too, but does that make sense as far as what I'm trying to describe here? Don't think we really need our y-axis. Okay, so as far as entries go, what can we look at? Well, on the aggressive side, so let's do this. Let me, oops, copy this. Talk about orders here, entries up here. So put a nice little divider here for us. So here's orders, there's entries. We've got our aggressive to conservative scale. So then as far as entries, what do we have? Well, we've talked about RSI return signal, right? Where the candle closes, RSI is on an extreme condition, overbought or oversold. As a next candle closes, doesn't matter which one, just one that happens, RSI then returns back from extreme. Right, so we've talked about that. So that's one way. Higher high, higher close, right? H3C, L3C, right from the course. The NTO course for Syndicate, higher high, higher close, lower low, lower close. Right, those are aggressive types of entries. Right, and as we continue to move on, then we move into what would you guys consider to be kind of in the middle road of aggressive to conservative for entries? What would you say? Doris has got it. Double tops and double bottoms, right? I talk about this stuff almost every day, it seems. Aggressive to conservative types of entries. And my favorite for counter trend What is it? Absolutely, 26.18. I like to be conservative with that. Someday these things may change for me, guys. You change as a trader, but for now, this is the way that I do it. Right, so we've got the extreme entries on the left side, RSI return from extreme. Right, so double top to double bottom was our mid area of aggressiveness, and then 26.18. Now the way that I trade, right, I use a higher time frame and a trading time frame. We discussed this as well, but I just want to reiterate what we're doing there. HTF and TTF trades occur entirely on TTF. Okay, that's entries are defined there, stops, targets, everything. Okay, and then of course we've got HTF and LTF. We've discussed this before, but we do have new peeps in here in Syndicate, so I want to make sure that we discuss this because it's relevant to what we're talking about. Entries occur on LTF, stops, targets on HTF, or are based off of, right? That's what I'm saying. They're based off of your opinions about that higher time frame. So for me, I do an HTF and a TTF. So that requires me to be a little more active with my hourly stuff, right? I've got to put stops off the 60-minute chart, targets have to go off there, so I have to pay attention for target ones and move stops to break even, all that stuff. If I do a higher time frame and a lower time frame, I've really just got to be active with my entry, and after that I've got a whole lot more time to kind of hang out. You know, stops and targets are based off the 4 hour. I've got more time to look at the market based on those time frames, of course, right? But either way, it's going to be, you're going to have more time in an HTF and an LTF situation as opposed to an HTF and a TTF, no matter the chart time frame combination, right? So either way, you're gonna have more time in that case if you do the second option. So when we look at, right, those are the ways that we can kind of combine our charts. So decide what you want to do there. It's really up to you how you want to do it and what you have time for. For me, I'll give you some insights as to how active I have to be with the 60-minute trades. For the entries, I got to check every hour, right? If I'm using double tops and bottoms, unless I'm using a limit order, right? Double tops and bottoms require me to get in at market. So that's why I said a market order can be aggressive, it can be moderately conservative, it can be ultra conservative. Depends on what the signal was, how you entered the market, right? And then limit order, of course, the most aggressive because we're just saying get in when we get there, okay? And the thing about that is that all these other things, RSI return from extreme, H3C, L3C, double top, double bottom, those three things, well, four if you count H3C, L3C, that'd be five things, no, four things, five things, sorry. H3C, L3C as separate things, RSI return, that's three, double top, double bottom, 4, 5. Those 5 different things require a what? A market order to enter. Why? Because I need to watch the market, wait for the thing to happen, enter. Yes? However, at 26.18, I can use a limit order. Oops. I can use a limit order, right? Because I know where my entry is going to be. It's predisposed. It's predicted where I want that to be. So I can use a limit order there. Even if it's not the 618 retracement, maybe it's 50%. Either way, I can still put a limit order in, and I can do that. But all these other ones are going to be market orders, because that's what I got to do. I got to wait. Now this can be a market order too, but it's just because maybe I missed the signal, or it's right away, it's right now. I just came to the market and boom, there's my signal. It's right at entries. It's close enough to entries. It's not too far away to give me too much of inverted risk reward. I'll get in right now, right? So those can be market orders all along that scale, and then limit order on the 26.18. So why am I showing you this? Well, I'm showing you this to help you guys think about how you're going to enter the market. So like I said, on the 60-minute chart, I got to check for entries. Once I know that there's going to be an entry soon, I got to check every hour. Even if we're sliding down into a structure level and we're not there yet, and I want a double bottom, right? I got to wait till we get there, but I got to check every hour at least. And I kind of have an idea, right? If we're not close to it yet, I know we're not going to have a double bottom in 1 hour, right? It's not going to happen. It's going to take a few hours to occur. But once we get a few candles going and we start to have a rally, I'm going to have to start paying attention every single hour for what I would qualify as a visually appealing double bottom, double top, right? With nice chart space, V or U shape, like we discussed on the other pair there, it wasn't wide enough. I need some more hours. I forget which one that was exactly, but one of the charts we looked at, right? I need some more hours in here to make more chart space between the retests. If we just retest right now, it's too close together. It doesn't look like a nice V or U shape, and there's no chart space between. So now you know basically how much time I have to spend. Sometimes it's hard for me because, especially if it's in the afternoon, because I'm done with pretty much kind of the duties for the day, trading and business-wise for the Trade Empowered. Then I'm with the kids, dinner, all that stuff, and sometimes it becomes difficult to check the charts, or I forget. Okay. Now, if you're on the 4 hour, you've only got to really pay attention. Now, after I get the entry, let me go back for a second. I've got to then manage the trade, right? If I'm waiting for target to get hit, I gotta hear that. Gotta get alerts on my phone, whatever it is. I gotta wait for those things to happen, and then I gotta move my stops, right? And that could happen within minutes. I mean, I don't know, right? I could enter. It can happen within the same hour. I could hit target. Now, 4 hour, conversely, let's say I'm doing that and I'm using HTF in an LTF situation. So HTF is my bias, trend, counter trend, structure levels maybe, or whatever. RSI, extreme conditions, that kind of stuff. And on the trading time, or the LTF, right, say it's also the 60, I'm looking for that entry. Return from RSI extreme, H3C, L3C, double top, double bottom, 2618. Right? And I use those to get into the market. Now I got to pay attention just like I described to you. Right? Every hour or so, I got to come and look at the market, especially if I see that something is setting up. Especially if I'm going to do RSI extreme return or H3C, L3Cs. I need those to check that every hour, absolutely, because those will occur on every hour candle or every closed candle, right? Double top, double bottom, there's a little bit more time in there, and of course 2618 I can use a limit order. So I do have to come and check that if we've moved. I have to move retracements, right? I have to move my entry order potentially if the market's continuing to move. But once I'm entered, after that, trade management is much more forgiving. It's much more time involved, and I don't have to spend so much time checking, waiting for a signal, trigger orders to get triggered and so on. So there's a little less time. There would be a little less time spent. I've done both. We've demonstrated both in here some weeks ago, but so the HTF and the LTF situation, for me personally, it was much easier. It was easier to manage and to handle. Had to wait longer for trades to complete though, right? And the goal here is we need to kind of show more as an educational purpose of this program and the membership. Otherwise, I don't know who would stay if they're not getting enough information as far as trades and things to look at to demonstrate. Right? We have to demonstrate what to do, how to do it, so we can coach you. If there's nothing going on, it's going to be hard to continue to coach, and that may change. But for now, that's why we've done it the way that we've done it. At least that's why I'm doing it the way I'm doing it. All right, so everybody clear on that? So I wanted to go over this so you can think about, okay, how do I want to do my trading? Am I going to HTF and a TTF trader? Do I have more time? Can I pretty much be in front of my computer almost all day, or at least be able to check it when I need to? Or my HTF, LTF, I don't have so much time to manage trades once they're on. I'd prefer to just wait. And then, do I want to be aggressive with my entries for orders? Am I going to do a limit order, ultra aggressive order type? Am I going to do wait for signals? RSI extreme, H3C, L3C. It's going to be a market order because I got to look at that stuff. Double top, double bottom, 2618. How am I going to get in? Who am I? And we've talked about 4 different conditions, right, on the chart. Confirmed uptrend, confirmed downtrend, ISH, ISL. Those are the 4 conditions we can have on a chart based on the way that we are reading price. So, based on one of those conditions, we talked about this some weeks ago, or not too long ago. I can have my HTF and my TTF, or HTF and my LTF. Confirmed uptrend, I can have a confirmed uptrend on my lower time frame, or any one of these 4 things. If I have a confirmed downtrend, I can have any one of these 4 things. What are you going to employ? Which one of these things are you going to use? Not only do you have to read the chart, you have to decide how you're going to get in. Limit orders. Are you going to use market orders and wait for aggressive conditions? RSI extreme return. H3C, L3C, double top, double bottom, or 2618 with limit order. Market order if I'm late. Right? So I want to go over all this because this is how you have to decide how you're going to trade. First thing to decide is how much time do you have? HTF and TTF or HTF and LTF? What time frames? 4 hour, 60 minute, daily 4 hour, 60 minute, 15 minute, 15 minute, 5 minute. That's day trading. What do you have time for? Then, what kind of trader are you? Limit order is good for you, and just find the level, take me there, get me in. Once I know where I want to be, just pop the limit order in, I'm good to go. That's the most laid back way you can do it. I'm not saying that in a bad way. What I'm saying is least amount of involvement for you. Limit order. Oh, look, my limit order was triggered. Place my stops, place my targets. That's it. Right? That's the easiest way to get in. You don't have to really be in front of the charts. Oh, no, I'm going to be aggressive about it, but I'm going to need a little bit more than just a limit order. When we get to that level, I'm going to need RSI return extreme. I'm going to need H3C, L3C. Market order. Watch the market, enter the market right away. Get me in as soon as the conditions met. No, I'm even more conservative. Double top, double bottom for me. I still got to check the charts. Market order. Oh, I'm going to be ultra conservative, 2618 limit order, or if I'm right at it, market order. Now, you have to decide also not only by aggressiveness about how you want to get in, but when you will employ these things. For example, what's the condition up here? I'm going to confirmed uptrend. Maybe I'm aggressive. Right? I'm in a confirmed uptrend and a confirmed downtrend. Those are conflicting ideas. Maybe my bias is the upside. I'm a trend continuation trader, so I'm going to go with the higher time frame chart first and foremost. So I'm going to want to go long there, but I'm going to downtrend on the lower time frame or trading time frame. Maybe then I'm a double top, double bottom trader for entries. Confirmed uptrend, and let's go. And if I'm counter trend, let's, for example, I'm trying to think of what I wanted to say. Counter trend, I want to go counter trend. I'm a counter trend trader. I love counter trend. That's my personality, right? Let's say that's you. Confirmed uptrend. I'd shy away from ultra aggressive, but maybe double top, double bottom is good for you. The limit order is definitely not. I would not. Don't do that. Don't go counter trend limit orders. I don't think that's a good idea. Wait for some conditions. These okay, not as great. Double top, double bottom at structure, much better. At least something at structure, preferably, whether it's extreme, more conservative, or hey, like me, 2618. You guys tracking with me? You understand what I'm trying to show here? You got your chart conditions. Then you got to decide how you're going to get in and why. If you are biased to the higher time frame, which is the whole point of having it, and if you're a trend continuation trader, I would recommend, as we've said before, start with confirmed uptrends, confirmed downtrends only. When those conditions are present, what's my trading time frame condition? And think about strength of signal. We've discussed this. SLS, strength of signal, or strength of the market. If I'm in a confirmed uptrend on my HTF and a confirmed uptrend on my lower time frame, what does that mean? I'm a trend continuation trader. Hey, all the momentum is in my favor, right? It's all for me, because that's what I want to do. Go long. Am I going to need a whole lot to get in? Probably not. These should suffice. But maybe you're still a little bit conservative. You're shy of that. Well, double top, double bottoms for you. Right? Confirmed uptrend, confirmed downtrend. That's conflicting. I'm going to need double top, double bottom. I'm real conservative. Give me a 2618. Whatever. Or confirmed uptrend, initial structure high. What's that mean? Trading time frame should go higher. Will you be aggressive at structure and take one of these? Or are you still kind of unsure that we want to go higher on the trading time frame when you want to go with a double top, double bottom? Don't forget, higher time frames in your favor still. But the trading time frame is potentially breaking out to the upside, for you. So what are you going to do? And how do you decide this? Observe price. Yeah, this is strategy development. Doesn't have to be indicator based or software. This is, discretionary strategy trading development. No matter how you do it, this is strategy dev. No matter which way you want to do it. You want to use indicators? Same thing. Same process. Doesn't matter. Right? You got to define all the different ways you're going to do this stuff. Okay, so everybody with me? So the only way to define how you want to do this is to observe price. So what you got to do? Practice reading the price chart. Right here, read price chart. Do this stuff. Read price chart, practice price chart, label price chart. Label, label, label. You gotta do that. Do that. Get your 2 charts up once you're proficient at doing it. Don't do 2 at the same time. That'll confuse you. Just do 1 at a time. Get good. Once you're good, bring up 2. Look at them together. What does price do when we read structure levels when the HTF is in a confirmed uptrend and my TTF is in an ISH situation? We come back into a structure level. I want to get involved. I definitely use support and resistance here, guys, as far as how you decide where to look for entries. Okay, definitely do that. Well, what if I'm extreme? Is that good? I don't know. Let's see. What if I'm double top, double bottom? How's that look? I don't know. Let's see. All right. What if I'm 26.18? All right. And define, if you wait for too much down here, you might miss trades. And you might not really trade enough and really be worth it. And it might be unnecessary, right? So observe what price does in those specific combination of conditions between your high time frame chart and your trading time frame or your lower time frame chart, and then observe what does price do. I want to look for a move in my favor. Hey, here's one. Okay, what's the best way for me to get involved? And if you see that repeated over and over again, what do you start to do? You start to believe, right? You start to believe that we're in a confirmed uptrend and a confirmed uptrend on both charts, that you want to be aggressive with your entry. Why? Because it worked, right? You saw it work repeatedly over and over and again in the charts. Now you believe. Belief leads to execution, which leads to discipline of that execution, right? If you don't believe, you won't execute and you won't remain disciplined. All right, guys, so that'll do it for today. We went a little longer. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's Friday. I usually try to do some kind of training on a Friday because it's fun and I know it's helpful. Don't just want to do trades. That can only take you so far. Okay, you guys need to see, kind of at least the high level view of how things work, right? And if you still struggle, that's why we have additional training, right? Like, I cannot teach you to be a trader in the syndicate. It's unlikely. I'll put it that way. It's not impossible, depending on your level of expertise already, but it's unlikely. Everyone's different, though. I'm not going to single anybody out. But this is a membership where we just mostly look at trades each day and, hey, what we're looking at in the market. But I usually try to incorporate training along the way a little bit, and then if possible, we can try to do, more in-depth stuff like this on occasion. All right? All right, everybody. That'll do it. 45 minutes. I'm done. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Pleasure to have you here. Everyone watching the recording as well, thank you for being in the syndicate. Have a wonderful Friday. Have a wonderful weekend. Gabriel says, very much. Thank you. I have weekend homework. Indeed. All right, guys. So go ahead. Practice this stuff. Take a screenshot so you always have it. Get in your charts. Start practicing. Start your labeling if you're not done it yet. If you're brand new and this was overwhelming, no problem. Take a screen grab of this. Screen capture the screen when you're watching this or whatever. And then keep it. And then go through the NTO course. Steps. You got to take this in order. If you don't take it in order, I promise you're going to get overwhelmed. If you just come in here and look at the charts and the trades and you don't even watch the course on how to read a chart, you don't know what's going on. That doesn't help you. So if you haven't, go watch the NTO course. Finish it. Practice. Take a look at this stuff. Experiment. You'll begin to understand. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you guys next week. Until then, be great. Be professional traders. Take care.